tell you a story about the red tape team. I worked with an organization in entrepreneurial support, much like yourselves, but they're supporting entrepreneurs, people that are at all different ages and stages of their entrepreneurial journey, people that have a lot of vision and a lot of grit and no shortage of obstacles. And this team, they loved the relational side of their work. They loved each other. And they lived for those moments when they could say, it takes a village, but we did it. And then their funding model changed. And what was supposed to be create more efficiency and better outcomes looked really good on paper. But in practice, it was very different. One of the frontline workers burst out and said, if one more person tells me to be more efficient, I think I'm going to lose it. I didn't get into this job to fill out forms and check boxes. I got into this work to help people, entrepreneurs, build business. And the manager shot back, yeah, well, if we don't hit these numbers, we're all going to lose this contract. No, it wasn't your organization, but thank you for identifying with me. Oh, it was just yesterday. Thank you for identifying with me. The frontline worker, she labeled it as death by 1,000 checkboxes. And judging by the laughter in the room, I think that she's onto something here, right? Sitting in that team's meeting, I didn't hear anything about people and possibilities and creativity and collaboration, but I did hear things about missing forms and dashboards and contracts that are on the verge, or compliance emails saying, here's what you need to do. I don't have to tell you. You all know this, right? That's what I heard in the meeting. And so if you think about that, what we have is two people playing in the same sandbox, but they're in opposite corners, right? They're in opposite corners. Two good people, same mission. And everybody is too tired to say, I'm scared. So instead they say, you're the problem. And that creates that relational debt that I'm talking about. And it's going to happen. It's not what happens to us, it's how we deal with what happens to us. So, same mission, opposite corners. What we have is people bringing their challenges into the same sandbox. And so I asked them when I decided, let's have a meeting about this, let's have a healing session about this. I asked them to close their eyes for a moment and imagine that they're all bringing a suitcase into their workplace sandbox with them. In their suitcase could be very useful toys, great knowledge and wisdom, and 30 years of experience, Leanne? Wow, that's a great thing to pack in your suitcase. But there could be other things in the suitcase as well, like fears and insecurities from the current sector or from many years ago. And so I asked them, what are you bringing into your suitcase, into this room, into this meeting room? Because your challenge here isn't a performance issue. It's not about running fast enough to check all the boxes. There's more to it. It's the fear and the pressure, and people feel like they're unseen and they're just checkbox machines or form-filling data entry machines, or managers feeling so afraid like they're carrying the whole load and they're about to lose it all. And so I asked them, what is in your suitcase? So I asked this team, what are you actually bringing into your sandbox every day? And that frontline worker, she said, I'm carrying grief. I feel like this isn't the job I signed up for, and I'm really letting my clients down. And the manager said, I'm carrying fear. If I drop the ball, we're going to lose everything, and this whole team, and everything that we've worked for. Have you guys seen that movie? Can you relate to this? So we got two people playing in the same sandbox, bringing in these heavy loads in to work with them. Oh, I'm here. And so this is a really important reflection or like self-contemplation. What am I bringing into the workplace? Because that could change on a daily basis. Well, once they shared that with each other, it was a holy shift moment. The room shifted. Okay, and that's what I call a holy shift. Like you could just see the vulnerability. Isn't that what Morgan talked about at lunchtime? When people feel safe enough to tell the truth, that vulnerable sharing. I feel like I'm grieving, not doing the job I'm supposed to. I feel like I'm afraid and scared. Vulnerability shifts the room. Now, the circumstances didn't change. There's still red tape. There's still 1,000 checkboxes. But the relationship changed. The room shifted. And so I'd like you to take a moment and think about what's in your suitcase that might be weighing you down.